Here's one of the strangest thought experiments in philosophy. I own a can of tomato juice. The ocean is owned by no one. If I pour my tomato juice into the sea, and my juice mixes with the water, do I now own the ocean? Or have I just stupidly lost my tomato juice? It sounds like a joke. It's actually a crowbar. Because hiding under that question is the official justification for everything anyone has ever owned. 1689. John Locke needs to explain how property can exist at all. His starting point is the same as ours. In the beginning, nobody owned anything. The earth was given to mankind in common. So how does any of it legitimately become yours? Locke's answer: labor. You own yourself, so you own your work. And when you mix your labor with something unowned, you mix a piece of yourself into it. Pick an apple from a wild tree, and the picking makes it yours. Clear a field and plow it, and the plowing makes it yours. This is the foundation. 300 years of deeds, titles, and property law stand on it. Trace any ownership claim back far enough, and you arrive at a first taking. And the first taking is justified by exactly this argument. The labor made it mine. Locke did add some fine print. Take all you want, as long as there is, quote, enough, and as good, left in common for others. Remember that clause. Nobody else does. Now jump to 1974. Robert Nozick, a philosopher who liked private property, pokes one hole in the foundation. Mixing labor is mixing something you own with something you don't. Why do we assume you gain the unowned thing? Why doesn't it work the other way? If I pour my tomato juice into the ocean, I've mixed what I own with what I don't. By Locke's logic, the sea should now be mine. And every sane person can see that instead, I've just lost my juice. So why does plowing a field work differently? Where exactly is the line between improving something into your pocket and dissolving your work into the commons? Nobody has ever drawn that line cleanly. The whole system rests on not asking. Fast forward. A handful of companies just performed the largest labor mixing event in human history. They took an ocean, every digitized book, every article, every forum post, every photograph, every line of public code. The collected writing and thinking of billions of people, unowned or owned by all of us, depending on how you squint. They mixed in their labor, the engineers, the training runs, the electricity, and they claimed the result. The model is theirs. Locke says, they labored, they own it. Nozick raises an eyebrow. They poured their tomato juice into our ocean, and now they're charging us to swim. And here the experiment flips. Because your labor is in there too. Your posts, your photos, your code, your reviews, your questions, your arguments with strangers at 2 in the morning. If mixing labor creates ownership, the model doesn't have one owner. It has a few billion. So which is it? Either labor mixing is real and we all own a piece of these models, or it isn't, and the original justification for property collapses. You don't get to run the argument in only one direction. Here's where I land. Think about a private garden and a public park. Same grass. The only difference is who's allowed in. We already run half the world as a park and nobody calls it radical. The sky is collectively owned. The air, the ocean past the tide line. And the clearest example, language itself. English belongs to everyone who speaks it. And it works. Better than fine. A language model is distilled language. It's built almost entirely out of the thing we already own together. So I would argue the conclusion is sitting right there. Models trained on the commons belong in the commons. Open weights. The park, not the garden. Locke's forgotten fine print agrees. Enough, and as good, left for others. A locked model trained on everything leaves nothing as good behind. That's the formula of this channel, by the way. The argument is 300 years old. The server farm is new. The fit is exact. A century and a half after Locke, a French printer read all this property theory and answered it with 3 words. That's next time.